every year we're always like, right, it's January, we need to really start now being on Slimming World and like do all these exercises and stuff. They're all messaging me saying, can't believe how good you look, we're going to try and do like My Fitness Pal and things like that, you know, I've told them that I'm doing. So yeah, it's good.
Love it. So yeah, that's exactly the reason why I wanted to get you on today, because obviously there's probably a lot of girls now in the same position as you were like a few months ago, who are just starting out now with this whole lockdown sort of happened. And I actually haven't done many of these before. Like literally, I don't really do Zoom. I'm a bit of a technophobe, to be honest. So the reason is I'm just like literally just gonna like want to get it from the horse's mouth, really. Like what's the sort of where you were before you started with me, where you are now, and where we're going to get to sort of going forward. So what I'll do is I'll just ask you some questions, just sort of like answer them. I think that'll probably be the best, easiest way to do it. Obviously we spoke a few months ago about sort of setting some goals out for yourself, but just explain to me a little bit about where you were prior to starting with me.
Okay, so obviously it was lockdown. I'd put about 3 stone on because I just was drinking and eating, thinking, oh, lockdown's rubbish and you can't do anything, so I may as well just drink wine and eat crisps. But before that, I'd been, what I thought was healthy was on Slimming World. Like I wasn't at the group because I've done it for years. You're on Slimming World, but you're overeating or every day in the week, healthy food, which is good. And then at the weekend, you go, whoa, it's the weekend, and you eat loads of chocolate and sweets and you save all your sins up and then just binge eat, really, and binge drink. And I've heard people saying macros this and do that and all these other scary terms, which I was like, oh, I don't even know what macros are. I'm not going to do that. I'm never going to do that. And then I just got to a point during lockdown that I thought, this has got to stop. I've got no energy. I'm not happy with myself. Not happy with the way I look, and I'm not happy with the way I feel. And I know that sitting watching the telly all the time and not moving isn't good. So I thought, I'd been watching some of your videos on Instagram and I thought, oh, I don't know if I want to give this a go, because to be honest, we've worked together before and it really worked at David Lloyd. This was a long time ago, and it really worked, but I was a little bit scary that I thought, he's going to shout at me all the time. He's going to make me do videos of workouts, which I don't want to do because I haven't exercised for ages. I hadn't exercised properly, I would say, for 4 or 5 years. So that was the point I was at, was like I was scared. And then I thought, right, I'm just going to ring him and see what happens. And I rang you and we spoke a little bit and it was fine. And I was still a bit like, I said yes, and I was still really scared. And then, yeah, we just started from there.
You know what? I actually think that is the big thing with online coaching. It's like, people don't really know what it is. It's like, what? I'm paying all this money and like, I don't see it, or I don't.
Yeah, because I remember saying to you, well, how many sessions do I get with you a week for that money? And you were like, none. And I was like, none. Surely I can do this myself for free.
Crazy,
but if I could have done it myself for free, I would have done. And actually, all those years I've spent doing it myself for free hasn't really been beneficial, because I've yo-yoed up and down and I've actually ended up heavier than I would have done whether I'd have not dieted, probably.
Yeah, I say that to family members. I say that to friends all the time. Like, if it was easy and you could do it yourself, why haven't you done it by yourself? And that's
yes.
Now, you mentioned that you had tried Slimming World before. Had you tried anything else before you started with me?
I was fasting a little bit on and off, which I do enjoy, because once I started fasting and not having breakfast sometimes a couple of days a week, I found that it was beneficial for me. I felt a bit better and not as sluggish. So yeah, I had done a bit of fasting. What else had I done? Nothing really. Yeah, just Slimming World, and obviously exercising loads years and years ago. But other than that, I was like running on and off. I was doing yoga on and off. I was getting injuries all the time, probably because I didn't have a strong core, which obviously now I know. All my back injuries from running, trying to lose weight, running loads and loads, and just eating biscuits when I got home, because I thought, up in for a run, I can eat a packet of biscuits.
Yeah. Do you know what, as well? I think a lot of people will sort of really resonate with that, and I definitely resonate with that, because I've been there myself. Like, you know, as a coach, like, I think everyone thinks, you know, as a coach you're like bulletproof, but actually, you know, we have the same sort of ups and downs as anyone else does in day-to-day life. And Actually, it's just knowing that and resonating with it, isn't it?
Mm.
So just talk to me a little bit about the results that you've had since we started.
Right, so we started and you gave me the app and I was a bit like, what? It's not even a video, it's literally just these exercises that I've got to do. And the first day I started, I thought, oh, I can't do this, I'm so weak. He wants me to do 20 push-ups, I can't even do one push-up. And then I was like, look, you've rang him for a reason, so either give up or pretend to him that you've done it, or actually try and do it yourself. So I tried to do it and I couldn't do 20 push-ups. I couldn't even do one push-up on my knees, but I sort of did what I could do, and I did as much as I could do, and then I did one more, because I just know in my head that it was really me being accountable. You gave me the exercises, but I had to be the person to take ownership and say, I've rang him for a reason, and this is, I don't want to be an athlete, I just want to feel a bit fitter. So I just carried on with the exercises, and you told me about my macros on MyFitnessPal. It absolutely blew my mind. I was like, oh, I'm not bloody tracking everything that I've eaten all, every day. But once you've done it for a few days, you actually realize that the calories that you were eating before, even though you thought you were eating healthy, you're actually not in a calorie deficit, and that's the only thing that works. And that's, I can't believe it's taken me this long, like 20 odd years, to realize that eating less and good stuff is the way forward. Obviously you get brainwashed by Slimming World and other things like that that say eat as much as you want, or eat a big salad, eat 3 jacket potatoes and whatever, and that's not right. So I started doing the tracking and eating more protein, and doing the exercises. I think I did four sessions a week maybe, but they're literally 20 minutes to 30 minutes long, sometimes a bit longer if you're taking longer breaks in between. But every time I was doing it, I was getting stronger, and I was feeling like, oh yes, today I've done 3, and yesterday I could only do 1, and he wants me to do 10, but I can only do 3, so I'll just do what I can do. And then, but every time I do it, I get stronger and stronger and stronger. And I had amazing results in the first month. I think, I can't remember off the top of my head, but I think I lost nearly a stone in about 6 weeks, was it?
Yeah.
And that was probably all the bloating and the wine and the chocolates that I'd been eating over Christmas, and my body shape just started changing, like, radically.
Your results were absolutely outstanding, weren't they? Like, I mean,
Yeah.
difference. I mean, you were dropping body weight, but actually, when you sent me them progress pictures, they were mind-blowing. Like, some of the best I'd seen, actually.
I think when you're doing it, you don't actually realize that your body shape's changing. You just feel like you're getting a bit stronger, and you feel your clothes are a bit looser. And I did think this is going to take me probably about a year or 2 years. But the more I kept up with it, tracking my food every day and doing the exercises 4 times, sometimes only 3 times a week, but it's not impacted my life at all, what I've been doing. It's actually made it better.
I love that. So, yeah, what was the best thing about it? Like, sort of just the seeing of them results.
Yeah, and I think it actually finally clicking in my mind that what you'd said is consistency is the key. And I know everyone says if you stick to a plan, it works. I know that, and everybody knows that. And like you said, if it was easy, we'd all be doing it. But for some reason, this just feels easy, and it feels right, and it feels like the way you should live is, yeah, you can have chocolate. Like last night when I was making tea, I ate a bit of chocolate. I didn't mind because I put it in MyFitnessPal, and I sort of weighed up everything else. And what I've done is I've started eating less in the week, so I can eat a little bit less at the week, a little bit more at the weekends, but I'm not binging at all, ever. And I didn't binge over Christmas, which is a big thing for me because I really thought I was going to binge.
Oh, lovely. I like that. That tells me as well that your habits are massively changing now.
Yes, they have.
Absolutely.
And with the movement as well, that's a habit that I've formed 3 or 4 times a week. And like I said to you before, sometimes on the days that I'm not doing anything, I feel a bit lazy and I feel like, oh, I should be doing something, but I just do something gentle, like a bit of yoga, or sometimes I don't do anything, and I don't feel bad because I know that the process will work if I just keep doing it. And it's not a massive thing. I think when you start any diet, you feel like this is going to take over my life. I'm never going to be able to have any wine. I'm never going to be able to have any chocolate and crisps. But actually, that's not the case. Like with me, I said to you at the start, I won't drink at all. blah, blah, blah. And then every weekend for the first 6 weeks, I had something on. I was drinking every weekend, but with you, you helped me to manage the macros and the calories during the week so that I could have one day with my friends at the weekend and enjoy myself. And I still managed to lose. Well, I've lost 2.5 stone. So yeah.
I love that. So just finally, what were the 3 main benefits about sort of the process so far?
Okay. Obviously, body changing.
Yes.
Mind changing. It's changed my mind. It's changed my habits. It hasn't felt like a diet where in 2 weeks when I get to this certain weight, I can stop. And that's what I think I've always done. And I think lots of people do is say, right, I'll give myself till March and I'll lose 2 stone and then I'll stop. And actually, you've made me realize that this is a lifestyle and this is how I want to be as an older person. I know I'm not ancient, but I'm into my 40s and I want to just feel fitter and I want to feel healthy, and going into older life, I want to feel healthy. So these habits that I'm forming now, not binge drinking and not binge eating, but actually just doing some mild exercise 3 or 4 times a week, getting out for a walk every day and tracking what I'm eating is the way that I want to be. So yeah, that's 2. I can't think of another one.
Brings a tear to my eye. So obviously, as I said at the start, there'll be a lot of people, a lot of girls similar age to yourself, who are in similar situations to yourself right now, and thinking about doing something like this at the start of this new lockdown. And over the next few months, obviously, hopefully, touch wood, restrictions will start to get lifted and all that stuff. So what would you say to anyone in that position now, who is on the fence and thinking about doing something like this?
Just do it. Just pick up the phone or message him and just do it. Don't be scared. It is a little bit scary to start exercising again if you haven't exercised for years, or you've got a new baby, or you've got a high powered job or whatever. It's hard to try and fit things in, but once you've started fitting them into your life, it becomes just a part of life. Like I brush my teeth every day, I track my calories every day now. It's just a way of life now. And I just think that anybody thinking about it, and I know the cost is a big thing and people will be like, oh, I haven't got the money. Think about how much money you spend on wine and chocolate and crisps. And that is, even if that's like £20 a week or £30 a week or whatever, or even £10 a week, it's still a portion of what you could be paying to you to help you to get the tools so that you're healthy for the rest of your life. So yeah, just do it. Don't be scared.
I've actually got a massive thank you to say to you as well, because without you putting that work in, my job becomes harder. I get worse at my job if you don't put that work in. So actually, I've got a massive thank you to say to you as well, Vic. So I can't wait to see where you're going to go in the next few months. And obviously the results that you've had so far are absolutely incredible. So yeah, thank you so much for me.